Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Friday, February the 17th. The year is 2023. Let's talk trading. It's time for the weekly wrap-up. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we can see we are 43 pips below the weekly open. 251, 252 off the high, and 103 off the low. And if we take a look at the dashboard, all the weekly gaps have filled. If we take a step out to the monthly, zoom out, we can see we are 302 pips below the monthly open, 384 off the high, 102 off the low. And if we take a look here at the weekly, monthly, yearly opening range, you can see we are below all of them. Notice we put in a low here for the year this month. Actually, today we put in that low. So anybody trading off that low has been well rewarded. We are 66 pips below the yearly open. And once again, 182 pips off of that low. Actually, we didn't put in the yearly low. We put in the weekly low. My mistake. But you can see here, 110 pips off the bottom. Those rats really feasted today. Notice we also broke that inside bar low to the downside yesterday. We're coming back into it today. In fact, I made a couple of I shorted at the double O or the triple O 120, and what happened to me was price decided to run all the way up, and I averaged in once, but I put a 2 pip trailer and it took me out, but then it came all the way back down to 1999 just a little bit ago before I started this video, and I just punched out with the 1 pip profit. And I was pretty much right before the close of the M30 candle, and I'm glad I did because this sucker's turned around. You can see right here we've got 119 pips of range. We're about 6 pips off the high. Notice on the H1 right through the daily open like a rocket ship. So we're coming to the end of the week. I guess the traders wanted to move things around. You can see the weekly open up above there. And red rats, you can prepare to feast. Notice the smart rat zone is a little bit bigger than the rat zone on both sides. So that means price has been moving off of the daily highs and daily lows. It's really been coming back. So look, that makes those trades that much more profitable. Bambino Flex Indicator said to short, which was smart at the open. Near the pivot, it said to short. Near our 1 short, you can see here, we hit the pivot, but shorting wasn't a good idea, except when it came back down, when it crossed below it. So we've taken out that daily pivot. We've taken out the weekly. And we've taken out the monthly. Notice we hit that upper wick zone at the 30, and it came right back down. And now it's climbing back up. And notice the price action. This was just at 28 or so. We just dropped. Huge. In fact, let's take a look at this price action here. You can see we came up, put in a 2 ball. Gave a short signal, high or low here at the 27, which was good for about 10 pips or more if you were quick. A lot of price action happening right now. but for some strange reason I decided to make a video. You can see here, I decided to take a break because after getting long here, where's the double low? I got long right here at the short at the double low because I thought I had a signal, and it ran and it ran. So I had shorted once here, shorted again here. My average in was at 15, but I put a trailing stop on, which I guess I really shouldn't have. I should have just I was short at 30, should have put a stop loss at 28, so I would have made 2 pips if it ran against me. But as you can see here, it came down. That could have been a monster trade, taking 30 pips off of that high and then zeroing out this other entry. But that's kind of hindsight. Anyway, but you can see here right now in real time, you had that trade. So we have a lower high here at 1991. And once again, out of that upper rat zone, out of the upper wick zone. For the week, 355 pips of range. You can see we've got an outside bar here. I think I said that when we looked at it, last week was only at 25%. So usually if we got a compressed week, look for the next week to expand, like what happened here and what happened here. So we got a good range of pips this week. We broke out at a high by 76. We broke out at a low by 46. So trading those weekly high-low breakouts proved to be profitable. And if we look here, high minus close for the rats right now, 261 off the top. Red rats, green rats right now, we are 95 pips, 94 pips, 95 pips off of the low. Weekly open crossover traders, 207 if you went long, 148 for the short. So once again, those trades can prove to be profitable. And is that trader who was asking me about what method, and I said horizontal lines. I mean, you could put the previous day's open, high, low, and close, which basically delineates the wick zone. You can trade the current weekly open, the current daily open, the current monthly open, the previous week's high low, the previous month's high low, all those horizontal line trades, and you just trade with candle color. And see, that's simple. Those lines don't move. I mean, when the day changes, those lines will move, and then the next week, and then the next month. But the thing is, if you work on your money management strategy and you get that down and you take those trades and you have your stops in, and you take profit when you can, and you just really manage the money, you probably won't need any method other than that. You just really don't. I mean, you can see here the statistics, how many pips you can make on those simple horizontal line trades. You don't need Renko blocks, you don't need MACD, you don't need anything else, really. You really don't. You just follow those simple statistics and trade what you see. And here we had a wall mall line break here at 1980. I mean, that would have been good for 50 pips. I mean, this candle, this H1 candle is 64 pips. The previous one was 29. You can see here, it opened right at 70 and took off. You had a trigger at the 80 line. That would have been good for pips. And in the candle before, you can see here, price really moved off that bottom. And I was talking to Walmart earlier, and I think he put a trade on down here, but he doesn't like sitting in trades for a long time, and I was still horizontal, meaning I was still in bed. I said I'm going to wake up and I'm going to get into the trade. I'm going to look for the H4 breakout, and I'll let you see what that looks like. This candle right here is my it's 1200, but this is 6 o'clock my time, 6 a.m. So I normally wake up, get up, and start talking to Walmart about 4 a.m. my time. But I said, you know what, today I'm going to wait because I've noticed how many times there was a breakout. So I got into the breakout the first time and I took a few pips. It came back down. And I got in a second time and I put a 2-pip trailing stop on it, but using MT4. And I said, delete all stops. Well, that closed the trade. I didn't want to close the trade. I just wanted to remove that stop loss. I guess I have to figure out there must be another way. But by that happening, that's when I started reversing short when I shouldn't have. Anyway, but that would have been, if I could have stayed in that trade for a couple of hours, that would have proven to be a huge, huge winner. I probably would have taken pips off when I was up a few hundred, but I don't know if I would have ridden it that far or not, maybe just for the heck of it. But I was saying, when price was here, I says if it hits 75, it's either going to hit the 00 above or 50 below. And it's just something you can put that on the chart, and you can see it for yourself. Let's see. Where is the, where'd it go? Well, right here. We can change the sweet spot goal. Instead of 10, if we make it 25, and you look at the H1, so it hit the 50, so it hit the 75. Here, once it gets to 50, it's either going to the 75 or the 25. And so here it hit the 50. What did it do? It went down to the 25. So at the 25, it's either going to hit the 00 or go back to the 50. What did it do? Back to the 50. So at the 50, it's either going to the 25 or the 75. At the 75, it's either going to the 50 or the next 00 above. At the 00 above, it's going to the 75 below or the 25 above. Why? Because that's just the way money is. You know, in US dollars, we have quarters. Price likes to move to those. And the big money guys are probably thinking that way. And all you have to do is just look at the chart. You can see it. So at this level, at the 75, it's either going up or it's coming down. It's pretty much that simple. You can see it clear as a bell. It's just it might take a few hours to get there, and whether or not you're willing to endure that. And you know, that's part of managing yourself, managing your money, managing the trade. But for those of you who want a simple trade, I mean, there's a simple trade, especially if you're swing trading. See, we're right almost back down to that 00. So, fellow traders, I hope you had a profitable week, and I'm going to wish you a fun and safe weekend. And a shout out to the traders that post over on Reddit and the ones who post on the Facebook group. Always nice to chat with you. And the traders that post on Crestlick. There too. And when you come back to your trading platform next week, always remember, never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.